Oh man, what a gorgeous day. Couldn't decide whether it wanted to be sunny or raining, but cool rain. We had a workman come round, change the light fitting fixture that I kind of whooped in VR, which really handy because, well, we haven't had any light in here other than using my big old lighty lights. And we found there's a problem with the socket, fixed now, not a big deal. And then I destroyed the kitchen. All that hard work to make it clean because we had a food delivery. And then the randomness ended. Took the big man to the doctors. That poor little sods. Sinus infection. Throat infection. Chest infection. Course of antibiotics. Adult doses. A week. See how he gets on. Right? How y'all doing? Because of all the random stuff going on today, I haven't really got much of anything done. The light fitting was changed when I was supposed to start doing my stuffs, my 10 till 2 time slot, and all the food got delivered at 2, so took dog out for a walk, got soaked, and then I actually spent the day kind of chilling, hanging out with the wife, playing Monster Hunter, because she's got to get her Hunter rank up to HR 50 to finish the game. I think she's actually in game right now. I'm not. Probably could be, probably should be, but we'll see. I mean, I said I was going to go to bed last night, and I didn't. I was up until 0:00 in the morning, playing Monster Hunter with the wife and Divine, getting the Hunter ranks up. I'm not actually entirely sure what rank would they be now. Probably, they must be coming to 40 by now, so they're near the end. But today, I wanted to start a little project, which shamefully, because of all the little bits and bobs, I haven't streamed it. I have recorded some bits, but it's just kind of archival for my sake. I decided I would stop meeting the enemy on my grounds, on my battlefield, but I would engage them on their own. What's that about? So, I said yesterday about negative reinforcement and how sometimes just things I like get ruined for silly reasons. And so instead of bringing people into things that I like and potentially having them stuffed over, I am going to jump into things that my friends like or other people I know like and see how we get on with that. Did I mention the other day that I even picked up Overwatch? I mentioned how I'd installed a bunch of launchers onto my laptop, and I actually installed Overwatch, and fucking annoyingly, I paid full price for it, which I knew I shouldn't have done, because I knew eventually it'd go on sale. I've had it for a week, I think, on PC. I was sure I already owned it on PC, but apparently I don't. Bought it on PC today, from June 1st. It's on sale for 50% off, so fuck you guys. Blizzard, I always knew you were the devil. I always knew you were the devil. You've always got something. Yeah, that is always against me. Always. Blizzard has always been against me. Ever since the WoW days. And then permabanning me in Diablo 3 before I'd even touched the server. That was beautiful. Anyway, the whole idea of meeting other people on their battleground, on their field, it kind of follows in with the idea that I believe that hard work and practice beats talent every day. You are not born with skills. You are not born as good as you can ever be. Some people seem to get that into their head. Oh, you're born gifted. You're just really, really, really good. That's as good as it's going to get. It's not true. If that were the case, we'd never have to learn anything. All right? You just instantly pick it up and you'd be the best, full stop. No one is the best. Some people have like a knack to pick things up a bit easier, talent, but I really honestly do think that hard work and practice will beat talent every day. The talented, when they lose, fucking crumble. people who had to work for it, they don't. Because they had to work for it. They had to go from being sucky to a bit better, to a bit better, to a bit better, to decent, to probably kind of good. But they learned from the ground up. One of the projects I wanted to start today was I was going to pick out 5 games. And for the month of June, I was going to go back to an old thing I did called Bitch to Beast, which is basically just doing something new that you've never really done before or never invested a serious amount of time into, and then going from a complete novice, or as near as matters, and then at least trying to get to the point where you're somewhat proficient, reasonable, or at least so that you have an understanding of what's going on. So if you're losing, you at least kind of know why. Because I'm coming up to 37 years old. And pretty much everything I do, I'm the old man. Okay, if you do like anything online, live streaming, I'm an old man. YouTubing, I'm an old man. Gaming, I'm an old man. There's no way in hell I qualify or could ever qualify as a somewhat professional gamer, or even semi-professional gamer, not these days, because they say what the average pro's career tends to end at around the big 3-0. So clearly I'm 7 years over that. Other people would say, depending on the game, 25 is a pretty solid kind of get the fuck out things. People consider like 25, 26-year-olds to be old in gaming. Clearly, as I say, I'm much older than that. But I think it depends on the genre of game too. So in fighting games, you actually tend to find that people, even in the ages of like 35 up to 40, are still playing. I'm using gaming as an example here. Like in some sports, you can be in your 50s. Like professional skateboarders, they're saying, hey, you can still be in your 50s and still be a pretty good skateboarder. In the gaming world, that seems to be a bit different. But I wonder, as I say, fighting games, people tend to last a bit longer. Theory, could that be that it's not so much about reaction, but more about experience? In shooters, I can understand that perhaps reaction time is going to play quite a heavy thing. In stuff like Dota, I would imagine it's probably more a case of matchup knowledge and skill knowledge and all that kind of stuff, character knowledge, map knowledge, although I don't know if the map really changes much in MOBAs and stuff. But in fighting games, it's all matchup knowledge, so character knowledge, tech. Do you know how to do your moves and that? Do you have execution and all that kind of stuff? Because in a lot of cases you won't have to react because, well, you can predict based on your matchup knowledge, your knowledge of other characters and how they play, what the other person is going to probably do. So, for example, if I play Tekken 7 with my son, he likes to go in with Hayachi's 10-string. Just pretend 10-string, big move, big damage, okay? If I know he's going to do the 10-string, and I remember how Hayachi's 10-string works, I will be able to block it or counter it. If I know he's going to do it, or I can predict roughly when he's going to do it, I can set up and counter. So I would imagine that's why fighting games, you tend to see people play longer, because experience plays a bigger part. Practice plays a bigger part. But then I got to thinking about the other games. I was like, well, surely that must be the case in other games. Reactions can't be everything. Your reactions, you don't just get to 30 and your reactions go through the floor. Surely the more you've played, the more you practice, the longer you keep hold of it. Either use it or you lose it kind of thing. So I'm thinking, I'm going to pick 5 games. League of Legends, Dota, Valorant, Counter-Strike, Overwatch. And I'm going to dick around in them and just, have fun, learn them. Because these are games that I'm not good at them. I've never really played them before. I mean, Dota's like a mod of Warcraft 3. That was a long time ago. League of Legends is basically a remake of Dota. Now, I believe I played League a fair while ago, briefly. Like, was it 2012? Something like that? I don't know. But long time ago. Long time ago. I had more hair back then. But I just kind of didn't get into it, didn't play it much. The account got, I guess, hacked, because when I tried to get back into it recently to play Valorant, which I only really played today, I had to actually argue with Riot to get my account back, because all of a sudden my account was registered as Russian. Whatever. Counter-Strike. Well, I played Counter-Strike before. I played like 1.6 and Source and that, but CS:GO, I figured that'd be an alright one to go for. And Valorant is basically Riot's CS:GO, and then Overwatch, it's a team-based shooter, hero shooter. Makes me think of Team Fortress 2. That one, realistically, just because some of my mates play it. I'm not good at these games. They've had more experience than me. I've had people come into games that I play and QQ that they're not very good. I want to see if practice is going to make it so that I can at least catch up with them. Is a bit of match-up knowledge and a bit of practice going to be enough to get me up there? Because clearly, you don't start out good. So all these people who are good now have just put in the time. They've practiced, they've learned, they've adapted. They've failed hundreds of thousands of times and gone, yeah, that didn't work. Map knowledge. Shooters, okay? I played a lot of Quake and UT back in the day. And I played Ram recently. I think I might have played Zaber as well, but I definitely played Ram recently at Quake, and I destroyed him. But is it because I'm a better shot than Ram? Probably not, because in slower, more kind of, I guess, somewhat realistic shooters, Ram would probably destroy me. But in arena shooters, it's not so much that Ram couldn't hit the target. I think it was just because I had better map knowledge. So I knew where things were. I knew where to go. I knew where to pick up better weapons. I knew where to pick up armor and stuff. Surely that would translate. I just have this thing in my head. I know I would never be a pro gamer. I've done the big boy gaming stuff years ago. Never to a pro level. But I've done like locals and regionals and stuff like that for various games, like Smash, Dead or Alive 2. Did we do Dead or Alive 3? I don't remember. Played a bit of Quake. Just, Tony Hawk's and stuff like that. Just random games. But I just want to see, like, surely it's not, it can't be a thing. All these pros getting worried that they're going to lose their groove. And all these people, like, losing their sponsorships and stuff just because they're older. I'm thinking about some of the pros out there. It's like, do you honestly think their skills are going to dull that much? Surely their map knowledge and matchup knowledge is going to be the bit that carries them through for the ever. Sure, their reactions may dull a bit. They're not going to, like, completely fall off the planet. But surely they'll have better knowledge of setups and stuff. So I want to see if I have a chance of actually being proficient in gaming these days. I took a huge break in my early 20s. I had kids. So pretty much all of my skills have turned to the rust. Now I've got to say, I have just done tutorials. League was literally, I think, 3 missions. Dota's, I've done tier 1. Tier 1 just because, my god, Dota's tutorials are massive. There's like the beginner, and that throws you into a match. And then there's the next level up. The funny thing is though, at one point it teaches you movement after something else. Valorant was just movement controls, how to shoot, how to aim down sights, and how to use your special abilities. CS:GO was your standard combat training thing. Pick up guns, open doors, place and defuse bombs. Just your standard kind of military shooter style. Run around, pew, 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 shoot the wooden target things. And Overwatch was kind of largely the same, like Valorant. Just how to move, how to aim, how to shoot, how to use special abilities. And yeah, that was it. First impressions. So, League, solid. Dota, I do not like the interface. I can see why League is I believe to be more popular. It's a much more streamlined version. Valorant could be pretty solid. CS:GO, it's alright. And Overwatch, it's weird actually because after you do the tutorial in Overwatch, it asks you, do you want to jump into a practice match against AI? And then it queued me up. I was like, what? Bots? Why am I queuing up for bots? So I bin that off. But let's go bitch to beast and see how it goes. I just want to see if I can play with my friends and keep up in games that I don't already have experience in. See if I can stop them from whining. Because if I meet them on their own battlefield, they'll have no excuse. Long-winded, bit rambly that, huh? But that's the groove. Plus, it means that if I'm playing this other stuff that I'm not particularly familiar with, I have more of a chance to play games with the kids. Oh fuck. We've gone over. So, it's time to call it. God, I can't believe I'm gonna have a teenager this month. That's the other reason, because if I'm playing games out of my comfort zone, I can hang out with them more. They play so many different games that I don't play, and it'd be nice just to be able to hang. I get it. They're not going to want to hang out with their dad all that much, but if I can go from scrub to decent, anyone can go from scrub to decent. You know? That's the point. So, hope you're well. And I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one. That said, actually, just thinking about it, I have a lot of wrist pain now. Too much wanking. I think I might have a bit of a problem keeping up with the kids these days. They always used to say back in school, when I used to work on the old computers and that, yeah, and in college and university and that, look after your wrists, look after your eyes, because once they're fucked, they're fucked. They're fucked. You're always thinking that'll never happen. It happens. Look after them.